everybody. Welcome back to Petra's Happy Place. I am happy. How about you? I'm going to tell you, I am happy. I have been on cloud 9 for the last 2 days. No, not 2 days. Last 24 hours. No, since yesterday. Not very long. Y'all, I hit 1K. I know you know that because you saw the previous videos. I can't get over it. I'm still like, it's crazy, crazy. I'm so excited though because tomorrow I'm going to have my party. I hope you guys can come, okay? It's going to be live, 4:30 Eastern Standard Time, this channel. Oh gosh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I've got everything in my head. I just hope I can execute it the way I've got it in my head. Okay, so today is Saturday, June 20th, 2020. And as you can see, today I want to answer some questions, but then I have some questions for you. And so I'm hoping that all those comments are just going to start flowing in because I've gotten a lot of new subscribers. And, oh, y'all, I'd love feedback. I mean, you don't know how much I love feedback. And I'm trying to get to all of your comments. Thank you so much for all your love and support. And I hope I can keep up with it. So, I had 3 questions from some viewers, and I can only answer 2 at this time. So, I'm going to go over both of them for you now, and then I've got some questions for you. So, the first one I had was, where did you get your color wheel? I don't know if you saw the one video. I was actually holding it up in the thumbnail, but I was choosing colors, okay? And I was showing you how to choose different, either complementary or triad or tetrad colors, split complementary, how you could put together a color scheme for your project, whether it be a shawl or even a top. If you wanted to, you know, I have a fairly good eye, and I can, for the most part, look at colors and see what does and doesn't go. And sometimes I think, oh, that doesn't go, and then I see somebody else put it together and go, yeah, that does go. And this is really handy for anybody, whether you have a lot of knowledge of different colors or none. I'm going to go over it real quickly. I'm not going to take too much time, but let's just take this top color, for instance. It's red, okay? You see it says red. And these are in the same, they're the same tones. It's called their, actually, this is a tint, okay? And a tint is where you add a little bit of white to it, okay? Then the next one is a tone, and let's see here, in a tone, I want to get it correct. A tone is when you add gray to it. And so that is the tone. So red plus gray is going to equal that. And then the shade, which is this color here, it's when you add the red plus black, and you're going to get that color. Okay? White, gray, and black. And that's the same for every color. Like when you go to any of the colors on the color wheel, let's do that one. This is blue violet, and so if you add white to it, it'll turn that color. If you this is gray, and then this is black. Okay? So let's go back to the red. It's kind of tricksy. I'll tell you why it's tricksy, because there's actually, see, there's two sides, okay? And they're both tools to help you. So here, you see this right here? There's a point. I mean, it points right there. That is the color that we're going to be trying to talk about, okay? Now, if I wanted to find complementary colors, the complementary color is the color that's directly across from it on the color wheel. So the opposite of red is green. Okay? Maybe that's why, Christmas decorations, hello, right? Red and green, red and green. Okay? So, and then if you look at it this way, even though I'm messing y'all up, when you think about Easter colors, purple and yellow, right? Okay, so go back to the red. Here we go. Okay, so now we have the red. The complementary color is going to be green. So, for instance, if you wanted to make a Christmas blanket, pick out red and green. However, you can use any of these colors as well. So you could use this pinky red here, and maybe that really, really dark green. Those would still be complementary, see? Okay, so now if you wanted to do split complementary, it would be the colors on either side of the complementary color. So this blue-green and this yellow-green over here. So if you needed 3 colors for a project, you might use, let's say, that red, but then maybe you would go toward this color, and then maybe that color. See, so they'd still be split complementary. Then you could go triad. So you got this section of red, and then you have this section and this section. And this is all explained in this middle part here. So if you wanted to do triad colors, you would do red, yellow, and blue. There you go. And if let's say a project called for, let's say it called for 4 colors, okay? You could look, and you wanted red to be one of them. So now you would put the red in, so that, okay, you see the red here? Oh, sorry, I'm looking at this backwards. Here's the red on this side here, red. And if you look at this box right here, it's a square. And now if you do here, 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 and here. There you go. Now you find yourself a color in this section of colors, and a green here, and a purple here, and a red. There you go. And you've got 4 colors that work really well together. And you don't see it at first, right? I mean, would you really pair up this red and this purple here? I would never have done that in the past. But look here. If you pair up that pinky color and that color, look at that deep dark eggplant color. That would look really good. And then put that yellow, that pretty spring yellow, and then maybe a bright green. I mean, that's what I did. I'm going to show you. when I was picking out colors for these motifs that I showed you in the last video, I needed 5 colors. And I knew I wanted purple to be one of them. So I went to, let me put it in the right spot. What color did I do? Okay, now look, I've got this is the kind of purple that I wanted. And here I went through the box. 1, 2, 3, 4. And look what I picked up. Or maybe, wait a minute, I'm sorry. Purple. Now I'm second guessing myself. No, I did that right. Okay, so I got that purple. So this purple kind of falls into there. Okay, but then look here. So does that dark purple, that eggplant, right? So now I've got these 2 colors going together. Now I'm looking at this box here. See that box? And I wanted to pick up something over here, and look what color is over there. Sure enough, it's that coral. Ha-ha. Now I wanted to get something in this color here, in one of the greens. Did I already show that? But this is actually a shade. It's a shade of that green. And then I got a neutral, which is a white. That's how I did it. That's how I picked those colors. You too can figure this out. And then all we did, this back side is, and there's words all over this to help you. Feels like a record player. Okay, so here, look, here's that red. And when it shows right here, if you add white to it, it looks like that. And here, look here. If you add black to it, it looks like that. This talks about all the colors here. It's just great. Okay, so I got it on Amazon to finally answer the question. I got it on Amazon. I will put a link to this in the description box below. The name of the company, I think, is called Atomus. I don't know how to pronounce that. But I will put that in the description box below so you can pop over there. It wasn't very expensive at all. So the next question was, I had gotten some paint box yarn. And it said somebody wanted to know how it worked up. Now, I did do 2 squares. I was going to actually wash one of them, but I figured it was a waste of water to do a whole load for just that. So I will eventually wash this when I have a load of lights that I want to wash. But in the meantime, I did this one. Still got my ends. I don't care about sewing in ends. Okay, so I want to say something about this yarn. As far as working it with my hook, I used a furls hook, and I used a wooden furls hook on it. It did not split at all. It didn't catch. It was beautiful. It worked up beautiful. It feels squishy, okay? The give on it is nicer than the old Red Heart. Now, I don't like comparing it to Red Heart, but that is something that most people are familiar with. It does have a halo. I don't think you're going to be able to see it, but it does have a slight halo. Let me see if I can. I don't have anything dark. Wait a minute, maybe I can do it on here. Let's see here. It has a slight, you can't see it very well, but it does have a very slight halo. It's nothing worth writing home about. But the stitch definition is very nice. It's a woven, but this does not, I mean, I'm untwisting it. I'm trying to untwist it, and it's there. It's just barely coming apart there. Okay? It looks like it's 3-ply, but I'm telling you what, it is a dream to work with, and I am so glad I got it. I've got a lot of colors, and it's going to be beautiful because I have already got a project in mind for it. Anya from Ophelia Talks is already doing a crochet along with a 12-star blanket, and I'm going to be using these yarns. I think they're going to be pretty. I love this. The paint box. This is the DK weight. Now it feels more like, I'm telling you right now, it feels more like Aran weight. Okay, it feels more like worsted weight to me, but it does say it's DK weight. Okay. The last one was how to do a certain stitch, and at this moment I'm not able to show that. I'll have to show that another time, okay? But now I've got 3 questions for you, okay? So if you would please help me out by answering these questions in the comment section below, it would really help out. I'm going to be writing suggestions down. I really could use as much help as possible on this, okay? So, during my lives, except for tomorrow, okay, tomorrow is special because we're having a, I'd like to have content in my lives, okay? So, I have done one where I have shown the wearables that I've made, and I've also shown other things that I've made and how I've constructed them or what yarns I might have used, things of that nature. What I would like to know from you is I need to make a list of other content that you would like to see during my lives, okay? This way there's a lot of interaction, okay? So you could ask questions of whatever it is that I'm showing. So it doesn't lend itself that well or at all, not for me at this point yet, to say, okay, I want to know how to crochet a granny square. Okay, that I'm not going to be able to do during my live. So let me know what kind of content you would like to see. I know there's a lot of content creators out there, and they all have the different ways of doing things. Some of you who are new to my channel don't know how I approach things, so maybe you can go back and watch some of the videos to see how I do approach things and topics. Those of you that do know me, you'll be able to see how I differ from other YouTube content creators in the way of crochet, and give me some ideas of what you want to see, okay? So this next one is kind of like a 2-parter, okay? I'd like to know, I know I go on Facebook, and I know you guys see this all the time. I go on Facebook, and then I also go on YouTube, and a lot of those commercials are for the ads are for the Happily Hooked magazine. I'm like this close to getting it. I want to know if it's worth it, okay? I'm not bowled over, whatever you want to call it, by the free gifts, okay? The hooks are great and the bag is great, yes, 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 but I want to know about the content of the actual magazine. I know it's digital, and that's what I'm looking for. I don't need any more things on my bookshelf, okay? I'd like digital. So tell me if you have a subscription to it, if you like it, if you don't like it, why, you know, give me pros and cons of it. I really, really want to know, okay? And then a subsequent question for that one is, what is your favorite crochet magazine? Do you have a subscription to any of the magazines, or do you just go pick them up off the shelf whenever they're, they're there on the, in that aisle? Or do you have a subscription? What is your favorite one? Tell me why you like it. And yeah, because I'd like to pare down what I've got and just focus on one magazine, right? That's, I've got, there's tons of freebies online. I get that. I know there's different companies that offer free videos. I like it. That's great. Free patterns, free tutorials, that's great. I love it. I make use of it. But sometimes, especially if I'm on the go, I don't want to be tied to, I don't want to be tied to something. I want to have a magazine or a page. Sometimes, don't tell anybody, but sometimes I actually rip the page out so I can fold it up and put it in my bag with me. It's my magazine. I can do what I want. Speaking of which, now I won't go into it right now. No, I will. The only book I destroyed. I'm going to tell you about a book I destroyed. Don't tell nobody. But I had a book that had all of Jane Austen's novels in it. One book, paperback book, had all of her novels in it. Said, this is ridiculous. I don't want to have to carry around this huge book for one book that I want to read. So I took my X-Acto knife, right down, scored it. Now I have a little fold-up book that I can take anywhere. I do have other copies, but this is, one copy that I can take with me anywhere I go. Anyway, I'm just weird that way, I know. So, anyway, got some questions for you, so please answer in the comment section. And thank you again for all that you do to support me and encourage me. And this is called encouragement, but just by answering some questions and seeing this video. If you like the content, please consider subscribing, sharing. Please like the video, and I hope to see you soon, real soon. Bye, guys.